Andrea Flores.
And I'm Aaron Navarro. Numbers are coming in across the country and right here in Champaign-Urbana on this election night 2018. UI-7 News has your coverage tonight. In fact, Champaign's unofficial votes coming in is about 38%, so about 46 of the counties are coming in.
The race for governor has been called. J.B. Pritzker is the new governor of Illinois. Bruce Rauner conceded around 8 o'clock today. Pritzker will move to Springfield and become the 43rd governor of the state of Illinois. He will also be the first Democratic governor since Pat Quinn in 2015. Champaign County is reporting this, and we have just about 124,000 votes for J.B. Pritzker.
Local Democrats are speaking out about Pritzker's win tonight. Here's Eddie Ippenson at the scene. Just a sec.
He was in office, vetoed a lot of very common sense gun legislation that would have saved a lot of lives in Illinois, and I look forward to seeing Governor Pritzker do great things to keep our communities and our whole state safer from gun violence.
I would just like to correct myself. We have about 124,000 votes total for Champaign County. There are over 33,000 votes for J.B. Pritzker.
A little bit more about J.B. Pritzker. Some of his stances include protecting seniors, access to affordable health care, protecting immigrant families, and protecting the environment and Illinois on the path towards clean, renewable energy and attracting commercial investment in clean energy. Here's Addie with some more breakdown.
Well, the 13th district seat in Illinois is up for grabs, as we've talked about, and it's currently too close to call between Republican Rodney Davis and Democrat Betsy Dirksen-Londrigan. But Londrigan does have a significant lead with around 40% in at the moment. Londrigan is maintaining a healthy lead over Rodney Davis and is trying to defeat the incumbent in a busy night tonight in Illinois. As we have talked about throughout the evening, that this race is going to be very important throughout not only Illinois but the country as a whole. I think the current numbers right now are actually Londrigan's up at 70% currently. So this is obviously going to be a very important race. This would have been Davis's 4th term in Congress. He's currently serving his 3rd. So it's definitely going to be an upset if she ends up pulling it off, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, right now, as of about 10 minutes ago, we've got 31,000 votes for Betsy Dirksen-Londrigan compared to Rodney Davis's 13,000. So we'll just see how this continues.
And that's 48 out of the 83 precincts, so there's still some more to come. And moving from the congressional race to the Attorney General, Erica Harold has conceded, and Kwame Raoul will be the next Attorney General to replace Harold. Raoul is currently leading Harold with 46 precincts, and it's showing that he is the winner. I'm here with Roger Blanco to talk a little bit about the effects of this. Roger, can you kind of break it down for me?
Just overall in general, I feel like we've just been talking about Democrats just winning all these races so far. And as you can tell, they have a lead in the control of the House so far. So if this is a trend that's going to be leaning towards, we can expect the Democrats to take over full control of the House.
Republican candidate Darlene Sanger conceded to Democratic incumbent Susana Mendoza around 8:30 p.m. tonight. Even after this win, there are reports that she might be in the running for another race in Chicago this spring. Might be that mayor race, but you know, there's still some time to call. A little too early. There's still some, Chance the Rapper still got some more people to endorse, but we'll see. We'll see about all that.
It's definitely interesting to note that Susana Mendoza is one of the only incumbents so far in Illinois to keep her seat. So we'll see if this will continue throughout the country with incumbents keeping their current positions.
Speaking of that, voters are left wondering tonight about the House of Representatives and who will take control. And it's still a little too close to call. The GOP has 95 confirmed seats compared to the 84 that the Democrats have. Democrats were hoping for a blue wave to take the House early, but that has not happened quite yet. They'll need to turn over 23 Republican-held seats and have already flipped one in Florida and one in Virginia. The New York Times and Fox News do say that Democrats have a 95% chance of getting the House. There are still some toss-up elections in Florida, Georgia, and New Jersey. 218 seats are required for control. The whole West Coast still has 1 more hour till their polls close. New York just wrapped up at 9 o'clock 5 minutes ago. But Andrea, the blue wave is not looking as strong over in the Senate, is it?
It's not. There is definitely variation in terms of the Senate. So some other races, while the House is seemingly leaning left, different Senate races may be pointing the opposite direction. The Senate race is getting numbers in with the Republicans holding a 6-seat lead at the moment, with more than half of the polls closed across the country. Republicans have gained 1 seat in the Senate, with Mike Braun being called the winner in Indiana. One race to follow is in Texas between Republican incumbent Ted Cruz and Democrat Beto O'Rourke, with just 40,000 votes between the two of them. As for some other races across the country, Democratic Senator Bob Menendez has won re-election in New Jersey, and in another highly conservative area, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin won re-election in West Virginia. So it's interesting to see that these senators are taking control of these seemingly conservative areas.
Definitely.
Republicans are also taking seats in the Senate, though. The first female senator in Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn, has been elected. So it's just interesting to note how there's kind of a slower Democratic lead in terms of the Senate races right now.
Definitely compared to the House, which is,
Yes.
in a sense, having this little blue wave, while the Senate is definitely looking like it's going Republican and going red, which I feel like was kind of predicted, but it's kind of just interesting to see as it's going out. Also, the first female senator in Tennessee.
That was crazy to hear. I had no idea that was on the table, but it's 2018 and they just got their first female senator, which was interesting to note.
Definitely. Bringing it closer back to home, 55% in Champaign County is also in for the brand new position of the county executive. Darlene Kluppel currently leads Gordy Holton by 5,000 votes. We will continue to follow this race closely as the evening rolls along. Now, this is a new position. This has not happened. In fact, Will County is the only other county in Illinois that has a Champaign County executive position. So for Champaign to have one and to see where it goes is interesting. I remember, was Roger, you were saying Gordy Holton was saying that the position is like being mayor of Champaign.
Yeah, it has a lot of responsibilities and just a big role that someone should take, especially since it's a brand new role. It's a big one. So
It'll be interesting to see how Champaign County reacts to having a county executive when we haven't had one before. So we'll see if the residents of this county respond to it well and if it does well.
Yeah. And moving from Champaign County Executive to County Clerk, votes counted for the Champaign State Representative District actually placed Democratic candidate Aaron Amons about 8,000 votes ahead of the Republican opponent, Matt Grandone, so far tonight. So far tonight. So that'll be interesting to see as far as that more local race. Obviously, a big talk looking at the federal level, but it's really important to remember that these state elections are just as important and just as kind of up in the air as it kind of feels like the whole election cycle has been this year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if a Democrat takes the county clerk position, considering Gordy Holton has had this position and he is on the opposite side of the aisle.
Right.
So that'll be something to watch for tonight.
If you want more information about this election, you can go to champaigncountyclerk.com. They'll have all the numbers, and keep pressing that F5. The numbers will keep refreshing so you can stay up to date. One thing I want to talk about, though, is with Marsha Blackburn in Tennessee, and we were kind of talking about some of the positions here, is a woman on the ballot does seem to be increased. I believe in at least the governor's races was around 16 races have women, give or take. So it's kind of an interesting thing.
I've heard the term the year of the woman being thrown around in terms of these midterm elections, so it's definitely interesting and nice to see that there are more women on the ballot and more representation in our democracy.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just at the end of the day, it's whoever's the most qualified just get the job done. It's awesome if that's also a female at the same time. So, kind of see how that plays out throughout the evening and all across the country, too.
For sure. Well, we invite you to stay with UI-7 News tonight as we cover races around Illinois, here in Champaign County, and across the country.
Our team of reporters and anchors will bring you a final election roundup at 10 p.m. when all the polls are closed with more numbers.
That does it for us tonight. We will be back in 1 hour for this Decision 2018 UI-7 News coverage. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to stay tuned and keep tuned in Channel 7 for UI-7 News Radio.